Hello, and welcome to this video on how to batch generate documents. To batch generate documents, we'll first go to the Events calendar. That is where the Batch Generate Documents button lives. To batch generate a group of documents, I can click on the button. And here on this screen, I want to determine which events should be in my batch, as well as which document I want to generate. So I'll first start by doing a few filters here. We can put in an event date range that we would like to take a look at. We can also narrow down by event status. By default, Reserve has selected all statuses other than canceled, but I could certainly uncheck other statuses that I did not want in this batch. Other things I can filter by include salesperson name, possibly the event type, maybe an event name, and lastly, site. My goal here is to narrow down my list of events so that selecting the batch becomes easier. Once the batch I've selected exists here in the Choose Events section, I'll go ahead and select the events that I'd like in this run. Again, theoretically, if I've done my filters correctly, I can select all of them. If, however, there are still events that I do not want, I can simply uncheck the ones that I don't want in my run. So now I have my batch of events. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and select a document to run. I'll just select an event order that I would like. Before generating my batch, I do have the ability to swap the format. So we have PDF or Word format for these documents. I'll go ahead and leave that as a PDF. I can also opt to have the batch run done in separate files, which means that each document template would be generated in its own file, but I'll go ahead and leave it that all events and the document templates will be merged into a single file, even though the events will still have their own pages with each event order. Lastly, I have the ability to email the results to myself, so if I want to go ahead and have an email sent, I would just check that box. So I've got my batch run. I've selected my document options are complete, and I'll simply click the button at the bottom to generate. It's going to queue this up for processing, so it's going to be available from my home page once it's done. Depending on the size of your batch, this process may take a few minutes. I can access my home page by going on the clicking on the link here, or going back to the home page via the navigation bar. These things that are queued up for processing show up at the bottom of my screen here in these background activities. So down here I can see my latest run, and in the download results I have a copy of my batch. So if I click on it and bring it up, I'll have all of the events that were in my run. I only had 2, but both of those events now exist. And again, from there, I could simply print that batch run or download it, whatever I needed to do. So again, batch generating documents, very simple. From your events calendar, use your Batch Generate Documents button, create your filters, select your events and your document, and then generate those documents into a run. Thanks for watching this video on how to batch generate documents.